When your child argues constantly, you feel exhausted and you feel trapped because every conversation turns into pushback. It's confusing when you're trying to stay calm and the arguing keeps going. This is not happening because you're doing something wrong. Arguing is typical for ADHD kids, and there are reasons behind it. Sometimes it's inflexibility. Sometimes it's difficulty with perspective taking, so understanding others' thoughts and feelings. Sometimes it's a novelty-seeking behavior because they're bored and need stimulation. And sometimes it's simply arguing for the sake of arguing. My son was profoundly argumentative when he was younger. In fact, as an adult, he's still pretty argumentative. And it wasn't always about flexibility. Sometimes he just liked the debate, which he still does. Arguing pulls you into what I call the argument, reasoning, and negotiation vortex. And once you're in it, nothing productive happens. Your child becomes more rigid, you feel more frustrated, and the whole thing repeats again the next day. The most effective way to reduce arguing is to do what I call disconnect the power source. It takes two people to argue. When you stop engaging and just say, okay, you cut the power source. Your child no longer has a second person they need to keep the argument alive. When you do this, you will probably get emotional blackmail in the form of guilt trips, dramatic statements, or attempts to pull you back in. Not because you're doing something wrong, but because your child is stuck and they're trying to re-engage you when they're not getting their way. That's part of their difficulty with flexibility, which is one of the core executive function skills that is rarely talked about. The good news is that when you stop feeding the arguing cycle, you not only reduce the behavior, you cultivate flexibility. I have a saying, flexibility is cultivated, inflexibility is accommodated. When you step out of the argument vortex, your child has to practice adapting. When you disconnect the power source, arguments no longer control the energy in your home, and your child starts building the flexibility they need for real-world challenges. That's how you begin restoring your parental authority and lowering the emotional temperature in your home. If you would like help with this, please check out the Parent Behavior Training Programs, Capable and Confident for ages 4 to 7, and Scaffolding Better Behavior for ages 8 to 17 at ADHDdude.com. Thanks for watching.